Hi guys, so today is the 21st of January and today is my appointment for my naturalization interview. So we are on our way to the downtown at the courthouse because that's where the USCIS office is located, and my interview is at 1:30 this afternoon, and right now it's 12:57 and we're like 6 minutes away, but we can't get in until 15 minutes before our appointment because they have a strict policy because of all this COVID stuff, so we can't be too early. And right now I'm with Mike, so he's coming with me. And so we're here now. We arrive at the courthouse. So we park here at the side and it's only 1:03, so we have to wait for a few minutes before we can come in because they said on their letter that it has to be 15 minutes before your appointment time. And my appointment time is 1:30. So we're probably gonna leave like around 1:12 or 1:13 because I know there's a strict security going inside the building, so I might need a few minutes allowance for the frisking and checking on my bag and all that. So yeah, we're just right across the courthouse, so it only take me a few minutes to walk. And I don't know if Mike can come inside because they're also limiting the people, but I think he can come in the building but not in the USCIS office. So basically he's just here for moral support. So it's already 1:09 and probably start walking in a few minutes. It's back, and yeah, I'm kind of nervous because I don't know what to expect. I hope I'll remember everything I studied, and I also pray that the immigration officer will be nice enough and not ask too many questions. And if he or she did, I hope I'd be able to remember all the answers. I was trying to read my application documents and all the documents last night, and I hope I'll remember it. So here's our menudo with rice. It's not as orange and yellow as before. I think the hair toner toned down the before. God loves you for who you are. So just remember, it's winter. Hi guys, so we're now on our way home. So good news, I passed. So I got this naturalization interview results. You passed the English test and the US history and government test. So now I have to wait for a letter which they are going to send me for my appointment to take an oath of allegiance. Hi there, so we're home now, and I thought of shooting this vlog as soon as we got home so I could share with you my interview experience as accurate as I could while it's still fresh on my mind. So where should I start? Maybe let's backtrack first when I first submitted my application online. So I submitted my application for naturalization, or N400, on September 28, 2020. So that was last year. And you could submit your application in two ways. You could either mail it or submit it electronically. So I did mine online. So I scanned all the supporting documents and other requirements. And the following day, September 29, I got notified that they received my application, and they will also mail me an actual letter, the receipt notice that they got my application. I got another notice on November 7, 2020. It's biometric notification. So here it is. It's my schedule for biometrics. So in biometrics appointment, they will have your photo taken, your fingerprints. So it's more of background check to see if you have any crime committed or any offense for the past like years, or depending how long you've been here. So guys, I just got done with my biometrics appointment today, and the biometric itself only took a few minutes, but the waiting is more than an hour. They were running behind the schedule because they're only limited to like 10 people inside the room. So when I got there, my appointment was 11 o'clock. They were still doing the 10 o'clock appointment. So I waited for like 45 minutes to an hour before the guy came out and called all the 11 o'clock, those who have 11 o'clock schedule. And then that's it. Yeah, it just probably the appointment itself was like only 5 minutes because they only need to take your picture and your fingerprints, and that's it. It's just the waiting time. So now I'm back in my car, and so like what I was saying, my biometrics appointment is finally done, and the lady gave me the reviewer. I'm gonna show it to you. So this is the Preparing for the Naturalization Test, a pocket study guide. So I will just get a schedule for my interview, and during the interview they will ask I think 10 questions. I'm not sure, but based on what I heard, they will ask like 10 questions. So those are random, so I have to study that reviewer. So now I'm going to my work. I took a half day off, so yeah, see you again. Bye-bye. So anyway, since that biometrics appointment on December 1st until this afternoon before my interview, I had been reading this booklet and trying to make sure that I memorize or remember everything that I studied. So I can't emphasize enough how important it is to really study and review and review and review. So that's really important. And by the way, this is an additional tip. Don't forget to always look on the website, on USCIS website, because there's an update now that those who applied on or after December 1st, 2020 will have another reviewer. So I think they add more questions. But for those who applied before December 1st of 2020, which is including me, then we have to study this. This is our reviewer. So you, if you're watching this and you're still haven't applied for your naturalization, you will have a different reviewer. So make sure that you keep yourself updated on the USCIS announcements. So anyways, let's move on. So after my biometrics appointment on December 9, I got another notification. So my camera died and it's already sunset. That's why our lights are like this. But anyway, let me continue. So I got this notice of action for my interview for my naturalization on December 9th, 2020. And my interview schedule is on January 21st. And that's today at 1:30 a.m. So it's very important that that you read this letter because they have all the information that you need to know before you go to that appointment. So since we are still on pandemic, so it says here that do not arrive more than 15 minutes prior to your interview time, because they're trying to limit the people inside the room. So this is my first time that I processed my application here in Spokane, because when I moved here in the US, we were in Seattle, so it's different there because the USCIS is like one building. Here, it's only one room inside the courthouse. So they're trying to limit the the people inside that room. In this letter also, it's listed here what are the things that you need to bring during the interview, like alien registration card or the green card, and your passport, your other documents that's connected to you since you move here in the United States. So even those like employment authorization, and my other documents that are already expired, I just brought them just in case the officer will look for them. For me, because I am applying as a spouse of a US citizen, so I had to bring my marriage certificate, my birth certificate, and depending on your situation, you also have to bring your proof of death of your spouse or divorce papers and all those things. And okay, the reason why I was extra nervous earlier, because so when I applied online, I just scanned all the documents because you know that's the way you submit it. You just have to scan it and then bring the original copy during the interview. So the reason why I was extra nervous earlier, because I couldn't find Mike's birth certificate. I must have misplaced it when I scanned the documents when I submitted my application. So I just brought a photocopy, and I was nervous because I don't know if that will be a reason why my application will be denied, or you know, I was just hoping and praying that the officer won't ask for it. And so let's move on now to my interview experience this afternoon. So like what I've said, my interview appointment is at 1:30, but the courthouse is just like probably 15 minutes away from our home, so we got there quickly. And we got into the actual USCIS office at probably 1:18, and there was only one couple ahead of us, and there's someone already inside being interviewed. So we waited for like 15 to 20 minutes, I think. So when it was my turn, of course, Mike couldn't get inside. It's just the applicant. So it was only me and the officer. So the interview process will start with an applicant taking an oath. So it's me taking an oath that everything I would say in that interview will be based on facts and nothing but the truth. So after I took my oath, we sat down, and the officer just jumped right into the civic test. So the civic test is all about US government and history. So like what I mentioned, this is the reviewers. So there's 100 questions here, but during the civic test, the officer will only choose 10 questions randomly, and you have to get 6 correct answers. But once you get the first 6 questions correct, then the officer will stop. So for me, thankfully, I got the first 6 questions correct, so he stopped. So I remember the first question was, how come that some states have more representatives? So the answer there is because it depends on the state's population. And then I remember he asked about who's the first US president, which is George Washington, and then like what's the capital of your state. So here in Washington, our capital is Olympia, and like who's the president of the United States during World War I, and that's Woodrow Wilson. And how many judges in the Supreme Court, and that's 9 judges. So that's all I remember. And then he stopped on the 6 questions, and then he didn't do the speaking, and he skipped the reading and writing part of the test. So based on what I heard, it depends on the officer's discretion. If he thinks that based on his judgment the applicant can read and speak English, then he won't go all through that. So it will still depends on the immigration officer and you as an applicant. So after that, he proceeded to ask me about my application, my personal information, like my country of nationality, which is the Philippines, and my birthday and all that stuff. And then he also asked me about my name, because technically it's actually confusing because I'm from the Philippines, and in the Philippines you use your first name and then your middle name is your mother's maiden's name, and then last name. He asked me if I want to drop my last name and use my maiden's name. So it's kind of weird, but I don't want to disclose that part anymore. I think it's too personal. But anyway, the reason why I didn't get my certificate because I had to request for a change of name, because of course I don't want to drop my last name because that's my husband's last name. So it requires for a judge to sign, because I found out that in the state of Washington, we can't just change name without the approval of the judge. So what I got instead is this paper. It's naturalization interview results, and you take this part. You passed the English test and the US history and government test. And congratulations, your application has been recommended for approval. So at this time, it appears that you have established your eligibility for naturalization. If final approval is granted, you will be notified of when and where to report for your naturalization ceremony. So the officer told me just wait for another letter to notify me when is my oath ceremony will be. There, I will pledge my allegiance to the United States and become an official US citizen. So yeah, that's it. What a journey it has been. I hope you learned something from my experience, and I don't know, I don't think I'm a good example on how to prepare for this naturalization, because first of all, I know I'm not organized, so I hope you learn from my mistakes. And always keep yourself updated. Check your status online. Have my USCIS account. That's really helpful, because sometimes letter get lost in the mail. And keep yourself updated, and also ask around. There are a lot of people around you who are also going through the same experience, the same journey. So make sure you talk to them, ask them questions. And if you guys want to ask me anything about my experience, please feel free to leave your comment in the comments box below. And also guys, I am planning to retain my Filipino citizenship, so it means I am going to apply for a dual citizenship. So I probably look more into it, because I don't know the process yet, and I don't know how long will it take, what are the requirements and other stuff. So that's another journey that I will go through for the next few months, or who knows when this pandemic is going to end. If you have any tips or advice for those who have dual citizenship, please, it's my turn to learn from your experience. Feel free to message me, or you can also email me personally if you don't want to share it on the comments box below. So this is it guys, I'm trying to move closer because it's already dark outside and I'm losing much lighting. I'm just using this lamp right here. But anyways, thank you for following along and staying with me till the end of this video. I hope you learned something from my experience, or my mistakes rather. But anyways, if you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. And if you have any similar kind of experience or any advice that you want to share, please leave a comment on the comments box, because you wouldn't know, your experience might be a blessing to someone out there. And that's the purpose of this vlog. So I hope guys you spread the love and let's care for each other. Thank you guys. I love you. Bye-bye.